think that's probably my favourite. Yeah. Good question.
Good question. Do you ever have moments where you're thinking, oh, that was an episode I forgot about, and I really liked that one?
Yeah.
Like, when it comes back in?
Yeah, of course, because it's like, I mean, I loved making Vampires in Venice, because we got to shoot in Croatia, and that was really fun.
Give it up for Croatia.
There's one fan of that episode, which is good. And I liked making A Christmas Carol with Gambon, because he's a cool dude. There's a shark in it. And anything with the angels.
Yeah.
I sort of love.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
right back up there.
Hi there.
Hi,
Hi.
you're my idol and I absolutely love you.
Wow, that's great. Right back up there.
Do you know the song Let It Go from Frozen?
Are you going to ask him?
Let it go. Absolutely. Yeah. Don't ask me to sing it.
I think he just did.
Please?
I mean, do you know it?
Yeah.
I'll sing it with you. I mean, I don't know the words. I can sort of hum the tune. It goes da-da-dum, and then she's like flying around, and there's lots of ice being made. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Let it go. And there's a castle. Let it go. And she's running away from the mean villagers. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore.
Nice. So you didn't even need him for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
I love you. Hi, I may have the only non-Doctor Who related question in the room. My name is Cindy, and I was wondering if there was any chance of you coming to the stage to perform on stage, maybe bring American Psycho here?
Good question.
Yeah, I really want to. I really want to do a play here, and just because I really want to live in New York for a bit. And American Psycho was such fun. So I mean, who knows? All these things are kind of dependent on a lot of mitigating factors, but definitely in principle, that's absolutely what I want to do.
I'm sure we'd take anything. It doesn't have to be American Psycho.
Okay, cool. Maybe I'll do a one-man version of Frozen.
Where all the songs involve let it go, let it go, It'd be interpretive dance. Actually, speaking of that, when you did American Psycho, when you take over something that's based on a great book and a great movie, did you try to purge your knowledge of the movie, of the book, and approach it kind of fresh, or?
Well, I mean, I read the book because I hadn't read the book. I'd seen the movie, but I saw it years ago, and I think with these things, you take what's useful and you take what you can, but ultimately you have to sort of, it's a bit like the Doctor, you have to kind of reinterpret, you know. So I didn't re-watch the movie just because, you know, I think Kristen Bell gave a really definitive performance of it, and you don't want to be too sort of coloured by that. And he's a really interesting character, though, Patrick Bateman. There's sort of weird parallels with the. It sounds really strange with the Doctor because they're both sort of aliens who are trying to fit in, albeit Bateman is mutilating people, or at least thinks he is. So it was very interesting.
So an axe instead of a sonic screwdriver,
Exactly.
I guess, yeah. Hi there. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, they let me, since I have a question.
Cool.
From what I've heard, it's kind of tradition that the previous doctors will give advice to the oncoming doctor, or the incoming doctor.
Yeah.
What's the best advice you received when you started, and what did you pass on to Peter Capaldi?
Gosh. Well, I think it's such a sort of behemoth of a part that you have to let the actor come and do it and get on with it. So sort of try not to. I just said to Peter, listen to no one. And he texts me sometimes going, oh, I've been taking your advice, you know, just because there's so many people going, well, you should wear this, or you should do this, or actually the Doctor's like this, and at some point you have to go, do you know what? I'm wearing a bow tie and a tweed blazer, and I'm going to make him clumsy and weird, you know, like, you sort of have to, you have to do it your way, you know, and I just wished him good luck, and it's kind of what David did to me, and he said, look, if you ever need me, you can pick up the phone. And I think that's all you can do, really. And yeah, he's doing really well though, Peter. He's having a great time, and Jen is doing really well, and it sounds like it's going too well, frankly.
I just want to point out how hilariously creepy it is to have a silence
Yeah.
at the back, just kind of hanging out.
I know. That's the first that I've seen actually at a convention, and you look great. That can't be an easy one to make. They're a cool monster, aren't they? The Silence, I think.
Yeah, they're great guys.
Yeah, really great design on them as well. The costume was really well thought out and stuff. So.
Oh look, there's a silence in the back row. Sorry, that was low hanging fruit.
It was cool though, man. I'm kind of into it.
Wait, over here, I think. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Marvellous. Been anywhere lately? I mean, what's
Well, I'm a little nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Well, I was wondering, like, what's your favorite, like, what was the most memorable part of you being on Doctor Who?
Wow, that's probably the people that I met. Oh God, actually, hey, I saw Karen's film on Thursday, Oculus.
Oculus
Really good.
It's coming out April 11th, I believe.
You should check it out. It's scary. It's good, man. I'd say the people that I've met on it, you know, Karen and Jenna and Arthur and Stephen, like they're great friends. What was amazing to sort of it was just amazing to experience a show like that. But you know, we came over to the States and it's really grown here in the last couple of years, we found, and to be part of that was a real magic process, because we came and, I mean, we were playing to really small theatres at Doctor Who, and then it was like, wow, actually people really dig this. So I think that whole experience has been great.
Thank you, you're my
Thank you.
favorite.
Thank you, dude.
Like when you filmed in Central Park and you didn't expect anyone would show up,
Yeah.
and then we're mobbed.
And then we were like, whoa, Doctor Who fans in America. It's cool. And here, like, kind of, you guys really go for it here as well. You know, I mean, it's different. You know, because kind of the English are like, well done, yes, good, Doctor Who, very good. Americans like, woohoo! Which is always nice.
We are known for our reserve. Yeah. Hi.
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 You're my favorite doctor, I love you.
Thank you very much. You say all the right things.
So, I was wondering, do you think that there's ever going to be a female doctor, and if so, who would you want to play them?
Oh, that's a good question. I think there absolutely could be a female. Maybe she's in this room. You never know. Hey, she's right there, look, she's right there. Oh, she's right there as well. Oh, there's going to be a fight. Gosh, I mean, it could be... Alex would be a good doctor. She sort of is the doctor anyway, anyways, isn't she? Who could it be? I mean...
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence would be great, wouldn't she? Just Jennifer Lawrence can just always be around. She's always
Play everything.
all the time. Yeah. I think she'd be really good. I think Doctor Who, Dr. Donna, yeah, Catherine would be interesting. I don't know. I think Judy would be amazing. Judy, like I know her.
Audience participation, doctor suggestions.
Yeah.
Emma Watson.
What about Emma Thompson? I think she would be kind of groovy. Yeah. So look, there's so many great kind of actresses out there that could do a wonderful job. I don't think the boys are going to let it go that easily, though, to be honest with you. All men are like, look, I don't mind there being the idea of a women doctor, but come on, no. But I think it'd be very interesting. It would be, I mean, God, can you imagine the turmoil the male race race would be in if there was
Yeah.
a woman doctor. We'd be in real trouble, boys.
But there are male Time Lords and female Time Lords, and they tend to regenerate in their. Now I'm getting super nerdy. Sorry, they tend to regenerate in their same gender, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So would it just have to be a different character, a Time Lord character?
No, because I think ultimately, well, no, because I think the Doctor is always the Doctor, whether it be Troughton or Baker or myself or whatever.
Right.
Ultimately, at its heart, it's exactly the same guy, which is why when I was regenerating
A ginger.
a ginger one.
Ginger.
Yeah, that's gotta happen soon, hasn't it? That's
Yeah.
gotta happen soon. We're all banging on about it, like.
I'm looking at Rupert Grant, like someone
Yeah.
down the road.
Yeah, but I think it could happen.
Could happen. Let's take one over here.
Okay, so my best friend, when she found out I was coming here, she was like, "Can I get a lock of his hair?" Or something. I'm not
And then you said
asking-
no because that's weird.
Yeah, that's what I said. So that led to my question: what's the weirdest thing fans ask you? Like being kind of famous, you get a lot of weird questions.
Well, I mean, a look of hair is quite a strange one.
Your friend now ranks near the top.
Actually, she wants to marry you, so like I hear he's so mad.
You get a lot of people saying, will you come and marry us and stuff like that. That's quite mad. Sometimes you're like, but I'm not a vicar. And they're like, oh, it doesn't matter, you're a doctor. You're like, okay, fine, yeah, whatever. Oh, yeah, and you get invited to quite strange places, but generally people are just quite nice, like, and sort of enthusiastic and sort of open, do you know what I mean? So, it's, some people might want to snog you or whatever, but there are worse ways to earn a living anyways. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bizarre stuff, but I don't know, I just think the world's quite bizarre, so nothing really surprises me, to be honest.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. Sorry to disappoint your friend with the lock of hair.
Hi.
Hey.
I was at your panel in Louisville last weekend, and first of all, you recommended a book of poetry called Rapture, which I've been reading this week, which
Oh,
is really
cool. I'm really
excellent.
pleased.
It's right in the field, so thanks for that, because I probably wouldn't have been exposed to it otherwise.
Yeah, oh, thank you. Wait, it's a cool book, right?
It's very good, yeah.
Yeah.
My question is, also in Louisville last weekend, you mentioned that when you got cast in the role as the Doctor, you started reading up on science, like reading some Einstein stuff.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you had a favorite scientist and/or a favorite book from the realm of science or idea from the realm of
I know, but I'm going to really divide opinion here. Anyway, no, yes, I mean, I do. I read a lot about Einstein, and then I read a lot, and he's quite a controversial writer, and I don't necessarily believe with everything he has to say, but I read a lot about a guy called, well, not about a guy, by a guy called Richard Dawkins. Well, some will, some won't, you know, because he does divide opinion, and he comes from a very sort of atheist point of view, and you know, obviously each to their own, and I'm all for one for all, but so I read a lot of his sort of stuff, and then I read a lot of philosophy and stuff, so a lot of Nietzsche and Schopenhauer and stuff like that, and it makes me sound much more intelligent than I actually am. I mean, it took me ages to read the philosophy books. Literally, it's like 3 months, and I'm like 90 pages in, going, what the hell does that mean? Yeah, I just, you know, because kind of Einstein says, with faith and stuff like that, he says that he believes in a sort of cosmic religion, and I just quite like the idea of the cosmos, and that there's something, you know, I think that's quite a cool notion, so. He's cool, Einstein, he's a cool guy, you should, there's a great book of quotes, which is a great gift to someone to have as a toilet book. You know, you have books in the toilet. And Einstein's quotes are really, really brilliant, so that's the next one you should get.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Is there a real person that you would actually want to play? Like
Quite like, and just because I think I could get away with him as a sort of younger, well, he's much more handsome than me, but Chet Baker, he's a trumpeter, and then a poet called Ted Hughes as well, just because I think physically I could sort of maybe get away with playing them. Yeah.
Hi there.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
On the episode A Town Called Mercy, what did you feel like when you got shot in the hat by the cyborg gunslinger?
Well, the actor, Matt Smith, or the doctor? The doctor. What did the doctor feel like?
Enraged. No. I would think the doctor's then he's sort of like, yeah, let's go, it's alien time, you know, like, I think he kind of loves it. But that was a really fun episode to shoot, and we shot it out in Spain. And those sorts of things were always, if you notice, I'm always like, whoa, when there's a bang, because generally on the set, when there was a bang, I'd be like, whoa, what the hell was that? Even though you know it's coming, it's like when someone goes, right, I'm going to punch you in the face, I'm going to punch you in the face, you're like, okay, do it, oh, don't do it. Because you sort of know it's coming, so yeah. But I think the doctor just think it's game time. And as an actor, you just think, that was cool. This is my job.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good question, sir.
Yeah, good question.
Hi there.
Hello.
Someone help this young man with the mic.
There you go. Good stuff.
Hi.
Hey, buddy.
Do you know when Amy found out that River Song was a flesh avatar in Demon's Run?
Yeah.
How did you feel about that?
That's a good question. Well, this is what happened, right? I'm reading the script. I'm like, well, this is, and then I'm reading it, and then I'm like, what the hell? And then I rang Karen actually in Wales because we got the script at the same time, and she was like, what the hell? And then the baby explodes, and you're like, Stephen Moffat. You genius. You big Scottish genius. That's how.
Good question.
Yeah, cool question.
Hi there.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm sorry.
Don't
I
be
just,
alright.
It's okay.
first of all, I just want to say, you are one of my idols, one of my heroes. You have literally, you don't even know, you have saved my life so many times. Whenever I'm feeling depressed, I just watch your couple seasons
That means a
of
lot.
Doctor Who. And
Thank you.
sorry.
It's alright, don't worry.
It's
okay.
Nice of you to share. Thank you.
And I just wanted to say that and also ask you, I know you've probably been asked this a million times, but it's always been, I wanted to hear it straight from you, like not from a video or something.
Sure.
Like, I know you said you liked filming in Utah,
Yeah.
but what was actually your absolute favorite, like, you would go there again and do the exact same scene. What's your favorite place you've done?
Location.
Yeah. Other than Utah.
Well, because I'd say we shot Vincent and the Doctor, Vampires in Venice, in Croatia, and we just had the best time. It was like, because it's such a great crew. The crew that made Doctor Who are so brilliant, and they've been doing it such a long time. But because it's not an easy show to make. There's a lot to achieve, you know, and with the money that you have to make it and, you know, things like that, often the ambition outweighs the actual raw material. So, yeah, we just had a great time. We went to this really strange place and they were really nice, the local people, and we had a right laugh. And then I was like, on the last night, we all got really drunk. and then I kind of woke up the next day and there was this guy called Bob, who was one of the electricians, and he was like, Matt, your plane leaves in like 20 minutes. So I was really late, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna and I put all my clothes on backwards. He's got all these pictures of me at the airport with like my jumper on backwards. So yeah, it was probably there. It was a fun time.
Thank you. I just love you so much.
Well, thank you. Right back at you, dude.
I'm gonna cry.
That's just where you say, it's not on backwards, I'm preparing for a role.
Yeah, exactly. Or you just say, so what if it's on backwards? No.
Hi there.
Hi, Matt. Thank you for coming to St. Louis.
Thanks for having me.
Just
Despite a great many personal losses, the Doctor manages to resist the temptation to be cynical. Is there, what's his trick? Is there a vaccine that the rest of us could use?
Yeah, God, isn't it an amazing sort of lesson? That is one of the great things about playing him, is that you're like, God, this guy is just incredible, like, so much loss, so much pain, and yet still, it's why I love children, because they're not cynical, they meet you and they're like, whoa, cool, and you're like, do you want to try this? And they're like, yeah, whatever, what's that? I'm like, it's coconut, I hate it, fine. Do you want to try this? Yeah, what's that? It's orange, oh, I like that, great. And there's sort of, they'll try everything once, and there's a lack of cynicism, and there's an openness, and I think with the Doctor, I don't know, I think he's really clever, and so he understands that that's the clever way to live your life, but also I think that, I don't know, I just think there's a sort of gift in his soul that makes him, you know, lack that cynicism and deal with his pain in a really good way. I mean, that's a life journey, man. That's a hard thing, and it's taken him a long time. He gets it wrong, and he gets, you know, grumpy and moody and weird, doesn't he? So he's not perfect, but I think watch children and see how they live their lives, and often that's quite a good precursor for me.
Good question. Thank you. Hi there.
Hi. Each actor that has played the Doctor has brought his own style to the role. So what influenced how you played the Doctor?
Good question. Well, as I said, I sort of looked a lot at Einstein, and then I looked at three things in particular, really. Peter Sellers in the Pink Panther movies, as Inspector Clouseau. And if anyone is a budding actor and wants to learn about comedy acting, watch him in that. Everything is there. And then there was a British sitcom called Some Mothers Do Have 'Em, and there's a character in it called Frank Spencer, which you probably, if you go online, you might be able to see some stuff, and that's sort of really interesting. And then I wrote like loads of because when I was cast, when I actually shot the season, I had like 6 or 7 months of hanging around. They were shooting all David's specials in that time. And so I wrote loads of short stories about the Doctor and Einstein travelling and getting trapped in this, like, it was I don't know, I made up some stupid thing. It was a time box basically, where loads of famous historical people were trapped. And but I made Einstein like a real buffoon who just wanted to chase the ladies. And the Doctor kept going, Albert, no, and you know, Albert's like running off after Cleopatra and stuff. So I just tried to sort of write stories really, and yeah, I just connect with it as any way I could. Yeah.
Thank you.
Will you ever release something like that?
Don't know. I mean, I've got them. I could do. I could give them to like Doctor Who magazine or something. I don't know if they're very good though. But would you read them? Maybe I could. Yeah, it's
Like the Doctor Who archive somewhere, just like put them in there.
Yeah. Or maybe I could release them under a pseudo name.
Matt Schmidt.
Yeah. Robert Quiff.
Hi.
I've seen you in Doctor Who, but I've also seen bits and pieces of Christopher and His Kind. What's it like changing your mindset from something so PG to something overly sexual?
Well,
I can't help but look at this kid in the front row too, as you're about to start this question.
how long have you got? No. It's. I think, look, that's the challenge of being an actor, isn't it? And you like have to take. And I like the extremities of going. I like quite extreme characters, so it was a good challenge. It was quite an interesting challenge, you know. And yeah, I mean the guys I got to kiss were really handsome, so it was fun.
And all the people, who is your favorite kisser in Doctor Who and all the other stuff you've done?
Who's my favourite kisser?
Yeah.
That's a two-part question there. Totally unrelated.
I mean, wow, it's got to be Alex, really. She's got those lovely lips. And Kingston, she She makes me laugh as well.
Yeah, as far as where to go, like growth, what do you want to do? More drama, more stage? Do you want to do move into horror, romantic comedy?
I mean, a bit of everything really. It's I quite like to play a good villain.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe something like that.
Oh my God, he's got a question.
That's cool. Just looking at those results.
Yeah, it's terrifying. All right, hold on. Let's get to the young guy, and then we'll deal with the
Hi,
terrifying.
Matt.
Hi.
You're my favorite doctor.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so at school, me and a friend watch you all the time on YouTube.
Sure.
And so he said if I ever had a sonic screwdriver, scan you and make sure you're not a Zygon, so...
Sure.
Okay, you're really mad. Okay, I was making sure.
Good.
So, my question for you, since your little friend over there already spoiled it.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
Wait, I'm the little friend?
That's the new David Letterman, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
know, yeah.
Okay, well, actually I have a few questions. Okay, so, okay, have you seen, okay. This is so, I'm like really shy because you're my favorite. Okay, so, in your regeneration, when you met Peter Capaldi, did you recognize him from the Fire of Pompeii episode with David Tennant?
Of course.
Okay, good. And
How are they going to explain that one, eh? I keep asking Stephen, I'm like, I'll think of something.
And my second question is, out of all the monsters, Zygons, Weeping Angels, Silence, all of those, which is your favorite monster and scariest monster?
Well, good questions. Yes, I did, of course, recognize Peter Capaldi. Not only Peter Capaldi was in that episode, of course. There was one Karen Gillan, playing a soothsayer. And weirdly, I met Peter on the street, like the day after the 11th Hour went out, and he came up to me and was like, "Oh man, I really like Doctor Who, and I think you did a really good job, well done." And I was like, "Yes, Peter Capaldi just said well done to me." It's funny how the world works, isn't it? And then he comes and dances on my grave. And what was the second part? Oh yeah, I think it's well documented. I don't want to offend anyone, particularly the evil monster over there, but my favourite and the most scariest is the Weeping Angel. But these guys are close. I think the Silence are brilliant, and you know, as anyone who is part of the Doctor Who family knows, you can't, you know, the Daleks are behind everything, really. So.
Alright, thank you. I'll watch all your reruns on TV, man.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Good luck taking over Letterman next year, man. It's
You're welcome.
it's gonna be good.
You let your friends know he's not a Zygon.
Hello.
Not the voice I expected. He's a reformed Silence.
Yeah, you know, we fall together in friends, Laura. It's okay.
Okay.
So, my question is, out of all the past companions not your own, who would you most want to be, who would you want to go with you?
Sorry, out of all the Who?
The past companions.
Oh gosh, the past companions. Yes. Well, purely on a selfish reason, because I spend a lot of time with her socially and we're good friends. Rose Tyler. Yeah, I love Billy, and I think our doctors. Well, no, I think my doctor and her. I think they'd get on quite well, actually. Yeah, Secret Diary. Secret Diary.
Good.
Yeah, good times.
Good question, Silence. Thank you.
Good question. Don't kill anyone.
That was just the Silence throwing out the peace sign. Good Silence. Okay, I don't think this one's ever actually been asked, so I'm going to go for it. Arthur and Karen, when it comes to being real traveling companions, how are they? Are they kind of like annoying as traveling companions?
As people?
Like, yeah, just like
Oh,
going
no.
to location.
The best.
Any odd quirks or anything? That makes sense.
Oh yeah, I mean the best. Like it would, you know, like Arthur will get like Dad sometimes. Be like, we've got to go, we've got to get the plane, we've got to do this. And Karen's like, you know, on a cloud being Karen, and I'm just late all the time. But what was amazing about that journey and coming over here, and it was so, I don't know, it was almost like we were in a band, you know. Karen and the Babes, for sure. And you know, we all love music and we all hang out, and we used to, yeah, it was just a real amazing adventure. It's something, and we often talk about it actually, it's something we won't forget. It was really special.
Hi there.
Hello. Okay, so I really wished I'd been able to go see American Psycho. So could you sing a bit of a song?
Oh, I don't know about that. But you know, I can tell you what it's about, right? It's about a guy. Oh no, the thing is about the singing is, the singing was quite a big leap for me and quite a big thing, and it's and I mean I'm not warmed up, and you know, and I just don't want to get singing.
We don't care. Go on.
But I can. What did I do?
I'm going to give him a pass on singing, seeing how he did a couple bars from Let It Go. How much singing can the man do on one panel?
I mean, what did I say? I basically, no, yeah. I mean, it's just, you need the music and stuff.
Like some Phil Collins to get us
Phil
going.
Collins.
Yeah.
In the Ascot, yeah, we used to walk out to that. It was cool. It was kind of eerie and weird.
I am gonna jump ahead to this gentleman over here. Hi.
Hi.
My name is Connor, and I'm a big Doctor Who fan, and you're my favorite Doctor.
Thank you.
My question is, what is your favorite movie?
Good question, Connor.
Holy mother of Clive, that's a good question. Blimey, see, I could talk all day about this. I love films. I love films. I tell you what I watched a couple of days ago, which I absolutely loved. Her. Have you seen Her? Anyone seen Her? I thought that was amazing. Where do the machines go? Isn't that great? Isn't that a great notion? Like, and Scarlett Johansson is a machine. Just like, oh, everything's right about this. Okay, right. My favourite Disney film is the Jungle Book. My favourite. God, what do I love? What do I love? What do I love? What do I love? Apart from all of you guys, I used to love, like, as a kid, I used to rent, and it's driving me mad because I can't find it anywhere, but I used to go to the shop and rent the same ninja movie over and over again.
Come on, ninjas.
Yeah. And like, when I was like 11, really bad parenting from my dad, I saved up like 1,001 Ps, or however many it is that makes up $9.99, and I bought RoboCop. And me and my friend used to watch RoboCop like all. And now I look back, I'm like, Dad, that was like a really harsh film. So that's cool. I love the Goonies. That's a good movie. I mean, I'm like, films, that's a really hard. What's your favourite film? Tough one, isn't it?
See, it's tough.
Yeah. One day.
Ooh.
More tough ones.
Sorry. You can think on
I
it.
don't remember the name, but Dredd? It's Dredd.
Just Dredd?
You like Dredd? Which one? Stallone or the new one?
The new one.
The new one. Okay,
New one, yeah.
Cool.
Good answer. That was a good movie. So was RoboCop, though. That counts as good parenting, I think.
Yeah. Well, see, now I look back and I go, that's fine, really.
Yeah.
But,
it was a bonding moment with your father,
yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
That matters, yeah. Hi.
Hi. Okay.
Howdy.
First of all, I think you were amazing as the Doctor, and I love watching that. But my question was, when you were filming Doctor Who, what's the most interesting thing that happened when you were filming it?
The most interesting thing? Well, here's the thing. Define interesting. What's the most interesting thing? I mean, getting to work. I suppose ultimately, what the really amazing bit of Doctor Who is when you first get the script, which is generally late. But you open the thing and it's like, I don't know, there's something so amazing about seeing interior TARDIS day, or and then they'll be like, and then. And they'll describe a monster. It's, I think that first read of any script was always just completely captivating. But I just think, I don't know, kind of getting to work with Karen and Jenna and people like that, fascinating people and actors, and great friends, and we just had a laugh. It was honestly, it wasn't really work. It was hard work, but it was like play, really. So somehow, without answering your question at all, that is some sort of answer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, you shot the Ryan Gosling movie, you shaved your head, show up on set.
Yeah.
Everybody else that you're working with, were they fans of Doctor Who? Were they aware of the franchise? Did you feel like, was it a scary world to kind of enter into after having been with this family for a while? Like, what was that experience?
It was, but it was also really rewarding and exciting for those very reasons. And he's an incredible man, and has, I think, written a really exciting film and directed it with real grace and real panache. And he's done something very interesting, I think. And I'm quite interested to see what people make of Bully, the character I play. I think I sort of love him. I think he's really cool. So we'll see. And he's got a cool. But it was interesting, like. There we were in Detroit, and this is why I love Doctor Who fans. And there's Doctor Who fans rocking up, and you're like, yes, Detroit. And now they were in like this sort of TARDIS stuff, and so I guess people were like on the set were like, what is this show you're in? Like, people like it. I'm like, yeah, they do. So it was. It was a great experience actually, and I mean, I don't know how aware people are, but certainly I think by the end of it people were aware, because we kept getting Doctor Who fans rocking up, and I was like, oh, good old Who fans.
You know what Detroit has? A RoboCop statue.
No way.
Serious.
Yeah.
I forget the exact location, but it's in Detroit.
I really like Detroit. It's a cool, mad place.
RoboCop.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, I was wondering, do you have the same kind of relationship with Karen as your doctor has with Amy?
That's a very interesting question. Yeah, I sort of... there's something very interesting about art imitating life and life imitating art. And because me and Karen went on that journey as characters, and because the way the Doctor meets Amy is so... It just imprints on his heart so much, I think. It's such a clever, romantic way to meet a companion. I think that, I have a very soft spot for Karen. I love Karen. She's my great, great friend. And she's just, she's so ridiculous. I can't even begin to tell you. But she seems like, oh no, I'm in a world of my own. But actually, she's like... She's really smart, she's really clever, and she's very funny, and she's a great drinking buddy as well. So, she's from Scotland, they know how to do it. I'd run for a brick wall for Kazza.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi. I'm really excited.
Hi.
It's really nice to meet you. You're my ultimate favorite doctor.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
I actually have 3 questions for you.
But we'll keep it to 1, though. We only have 5 minutes left, so we got to get through a couple of things.
Okay. Who is your favorite absolute companion?
I love them both equally more than each other. God, it's very, you can't, because he loves them both so much, and I think they love him so much, so you can't pick between them. That would be like picking between your kids or something. I think it'd be like, and then also I've got to hang out with them both. And one of them would be like, man, that was really mean. I thought, and so I love them both equally more than each other.
Thank you. Sorry, we got to jump to the other one. Sorry.
What was it like filming with Marvel?
What? I didn't even hear it. But
What was it like filming with Marvel?
Filming with Marvel?
Yes.
I don't know that I have.
we don't know. But
But I haven't been in a Marvel film.
But you you sneaky monkey, you got in another one. So, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. Very well, thank you.
By the way, not my question. I have two for you, and they're really quick. Promise.
One.
First one being, how did it feel to film with David Tennant?
Great. Yeah, it was sort of a real historic moment. And just for me, like, it was, I always look at David and go, because I watched a lot of his episodes before I started, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Doctor Who. And you can't help but sort of feel a bit like that. David is a great guy and a good friend, so it was, that was fun. And just doctors in the same room, it's magic, isn't it? I'll happily come back for another anniversary.
Two quick questions, so here's one.
Hi, today's my 24th birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. What's your name?
Brittany.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Brittany. Happy birthday to you. Woo!
And I was wondering if you would sign my birthday card.
I will sign your birthday.
Okay, all right.
We can sort that out.
We'll do it afterwards, though.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, of
And
course I will.
this is going to be the final question. I love ending on a kid. So, hi, how are you?
Good. I was wondering which companion do you think is the bravest?
Good question.
Love it. Right on the spot with that one. It's, no. Well, here goes diplomacy. Well, they're both pretty tough. Right, which one? Okay, show of hands. Show of hands, those who think Amy Pond. Show of hands, those who think Clara Oswald. Show of hands, those who think Rory Pond. Do you know as well though, like, we would go to, I'm sorry, I'm really diverse. I think Arthur, you know, he stood by a box for 1,000 years on his own. So let's go for Rory Pond. And also, like, any time we would come to the States, it was always really interesting with me and Karen and Arthur, because the chicks in America love Arthur Darvill. He's got a real, like, I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm going, really? I'm not really,